show, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to the Toast. Happy Fridays. Today is a very exciting day. I would say it's a little bittersweet because my girl Coach is sick. However, on the bright side, her wonderful husband, Bwunjalish, Ben Soffer, is stepping up to the plate. Hey, Bwunj, how you doing?
Hi, darling. I'm doing not so great either. Like, we're a sick household.
Oh,
like,
you're one of those. You're feeling sick too.
Yeah. Like, I'm not feeling as sick as her. I'm certainly on the mend. Day 3 of amoxicillin.
Oh, so you gave it to her.
I think that there's only, considering I'm like one of the only people she's seen in the last 7 months, like, I don't know how else she could have gotten it, but I didn't think that sinus infections were contagious, Jackie. I was unaware of this.
Well, to get you off the hook like a little bit, she keeps us abreast of her schedule here at the Toast. And like, she did go out to dinner this week, right?
She went out to dinner. She also had a couple of friends over.
Perhaps it was the friends.
It's possible that somebody brought this virus into the home and it attacked me as well.
Interesting, j'accuse.
I really don't know. And before, like, people jump down my back for not wearing shoes, I want everybody to know that I was instructed not to wear shoes by my wife. Okay?
To not wear your shoes on the new rugs.
She said, it's a new rug. I don't want your shoes staining it, so please remove them. I said, but people are going to comment that my dogs are out to play, and I don't want that kind of slander. So I'm just setting the record straight before we start. While I am more comfortable like this was not my doing.
Well, lucky for me, at this angle, I can't see your feet. But what I do see...
So I just want to make sure then.
Cool. What I do see is you are wearing socks, so it's not a raw dog.
Not a raw dog. No.
And it is a bit of a dirty sock.
Is it? Well, see, this is the thing. The rug is dirty then. Then the rug is dirty. These are clean socks. I just put them on.
I see your whole footprint.
Oh, man. Yeah, I see it too.
Well...
They're gonna love that. All right.
Well, that's a special treat for you guys today. We don't always give you something so exciting, but you do have Ben's foot, and
you do.
I feel like you always have Ben's foot.
This is what I'm saying.
You know, there are only so many certainties in life: death, taxes, and Ben showing us his foot.
And Ben's foot. Yeah, Ben's foot. But yeah. How are you? I'm
good.
What's going on?
I'm excited for the weekend. You know, I've got a fun, relaxing weekend planned. Nothing too much. I'm just like looking forward to some time off. But Claudia being off today just really shook up the week. But I'm very much embracing the Bwunjalicious definition on the show. I tailored the stories to you as much as I could while also talking about what's relevant. And I'm excited to co-host with you because we haven't done a Bwunj and Spwunj spectacular in years.
Some time.
And you haven't been in the new studio. What are your thoughts?
In some time. I saw this studio be built from rubble, so I knew what it looked like. I haven't sat in this slightly warm chair, but it is slightly warm. It is gorgeous. That is certainly true. The lighting is pristine. It looks like at least $1 million was spent in here. The show must be doing well. And it's a gorgeous, gorgeous swirly vibe. And I'm excited to be in the swirly vibe.
It's a GSV. It's a gorgeous swirly vibe. And what are your thoughts on the frames?
I've been told by my publicist that I can't talk about the frames. So.
Oh, no comment?
Yeah, like if you can like lift the publicist, like I think like they're like fine.
You can speak about the frames if you have something positive to say.
I love them. That's what my publicist told me to say. I love the frames.
Do you not like them?
I don't know. I think they're fine.
Interesting. Have you told Claudia this?
Yes, that she's my publicist, and she told me not to talk about the frames.
Did she really?
No frames. Yeah, but like I mentioned this like when you guys were building the studio, that I was just like fine on frames, but like I didn't need them. That's all.
Okay.
Nothing negative or positive. I'm neutral on frames, truthfully.
Got
neutral.
It.
But
okay.
This chair, this is the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in.
This chair is parchy.
This is, you could, if you have like a fight with Zach, you could sleep in this chair.
No, it's so true. You could put, like, if I want to co-host with someone in my house, like, we could both sit on the chair.
Jackie, I could literally crisscross. I'm enormous, and I can crisscross and sit in this chair. Like, are you kidding me? This is the king's chair.
It lends itself to relaxation and comfortability, which are great when you're trying to podcast and be yourself.
Yes. It allows you to lounge. It's very Pesach adjacent.
Yeah, lean.
We lean.
We
We lean.
lean. How's your podcast going?
Crushing.
Great.
Ama-
Yay.
Amongst the slander.
Yay.
No, it's really great. I love it. Josh and I have a lot of fun. If you don't listen to Good Guys, like, what the hell are you doing? What are you, nuts? You should. We actually are recording with like such an unbelievably cool guest later today. Like, we're done with the guest episodes for the most part because, like,
What do you mean?
sometimes they're good. Like, we prefer just to do solos.
Yeah.
Like, and the people prefer solos. So we try and keep guests to a minimum these days. We used
Okay.
to do like 4 guests a month. Now it's like max 2 guests a month.
Okay.
But we have like an unbelievable guest that we're recording with later that I don't think I can tell everybody, but like I'll tell you.
Will you text me it? Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Is your
I'll
phone
text it.
like not?
Yeah, I'll text it to you. My phone's
Okay.
like over here. So just give
Okay.
me, like, one
It better be good.
second.
Will I care
It's
or
your-
is it more?
You're gonna care and everyone's gonna care.
Okay. Also, I don't really know if we can hear you because your mic is separate, but
You're gonna care and everyone's gonna care.
okay.
I just texted it to
see
you.
that you texted me.
Take a peek, Jax. Take a peek.
Oh,
Take
wow.
a peek. Yeah.
Newsworthy.
Yeah. It's probably, we've had some big guests. Like, we've had Hillary Duff, who was like amazing. We've had Miranda Cosgrove, who was amazing. John Stamos. We've gotten like really cool guests. I would say that this is, in my opinion, the best guest we've gotten.
Yeah. Let me ask you, who has been or have been, it could be multiple people, like your favorite guests?
Well, you and Claude, every time you come on, honestly, like, and I mean this honestly,
I really
love it,
wasn't
but also
expecting
like, your numbers, yours and Claude's numbers, like, pull as hard as like a literal John Stamos or a Taylor Lautner. Just so you know, I think that the best episode we've ever done, numbers wise, was Hillary Duff.
Yeah. But what was your personal favorite person to talk to?
My personal favorite to talk to was a comedian named Miss Pat.
Okay.
She's on BET. She's literally like the queen of my life. I'm obsessed with her. Obsessed. She would be such a good guest co-host for The Toast. You would have so much fun with her.
Oh my gosh. Pencil it in for Kojer's maternity leave.
She's hysterical.
Okay, I've gotta pencil it in. You know, I have a
yeah.
notebook now, so if you need me to write anything down, just let me know.
Got it. So the comedian Miss Pat, she's amazing.
Making note.
Loved having her on. And we just had, do you know who the Queen of Melrose is?
No.
Okay, so the Queen of Melrose is a queen on Melrose.
No, I'm
she's
sorry.
like
You're not speaking English.
Okay, she's a queen, like in the definition of queen, like gay queen.
A
Like
drag queen?
I don't know if you call her a drag queen, but she's a queen.
Okay.
And she's like a fashion designer on Melrose Place, has multiple stores, like designs for the stars, but also is from like an Italian family in Queens, mob adjacent, smokes 2 packs of Marlboros a day. Like, loved having her on. She was unbelievable.
Oh, okay. Great. Oh my gosh. Maybe I need to get caught up on my GGs.
Yeah, those are fun.
And also some other news out of Good Guys, which is very sweet, is that you and Josh are both expecting fathers. How has it changed the tone and tenor of the show, even though he already has 2 kids?
It's just nice because like I can contribute to the conversation in a meaningful way now, you know? But yeah, we are having kids. We just spoke about this within 6 weeks of each other.
Wow.
Like, underrated. I didn't realize that it was that close. And
So simpatico, what's the paternity leave policy at Good Guys?
because we pre-batch for the most part, like we don't have to. I don't think we're going to take any time. Like,
Wow.
we're just
the
going to
hardest
record.
working men in podcasting.
We're just going to record a little extra early and, let her rip.
Let her rip.
We'll be giving birth and we'll be talking about something that happened 2 months earlier. Claudia gave birth. We're talking about the Oscars.
That is really funny.
No, we try not to be too topical because it's annoying.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I prefer like toast wise, I love talking topics because it's daily. But like for us, we love talking about like anything and everything. It doesn't have to be
conversation.
topical. Just conversation.
Understood.
Just conversation.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I look forward to you bringing that conversationalism to our show today. We've got a great show for you because we've got Fast 5 stories, little bit Southern Charm recap. You know I would never miss an episode. And Queenie and Weenie of the week. And you will be submitting your Queenie and Weenie.
Yes, I have a Queenie and I have a Weenie.
I'm very excited to hear who yours are. I kind of have to
Do you mind if I quickly cough? Cool.
Cool.
Now you may start.
Thank you for that. It's not
Now
a
you may
real
begin.
Bunge episode until
No.
we can hear.
No, it's crazy. This cough, it moved from my sinuses down into my chest. I think I now have like full-blown bronchitis. Have you ever had bronchitis, Jackie?
No.
It's bronchial. It's tough.
Okay, what do you do about it?
It's tough out here. Amoxicillin, honey, lemon. This is something that I'm struggling with, Jackie. Maybe you can help me. As a holistic man, I love Eastern medicine.
As a holistic man who's currently on a cycle of amoxicillin. Continue.
For the first time in a year, I had no choice. I was sick for like 6 weeks. I had no choice. I didn't want it.
I actually wonder about this. Like, what does the holistic community say? Like, if you have an infection, or it's like, say you have an ear infection where you need an antibiotic, like, but they don't really do antibiotics. What's the protocol?
Yes. So in the holistic community that I am in, we do our absolute best to cure the problem. And if it persists for too long, like I'm not going to lose an ear just to not have Western medicine.
I understand, but that's you, because I feel like you are, as much as we joke, you are very much a blend of Eastern and Western.
I'm a moderate holistic man.
You're a central medicine kind of guy. But what
central?
But someone who's like fully Eastern, what would they do?
I think that they would just rather die than take something that might save their lives. It's very possible. I don't know. I haven't spoken to enough of the community, but in my community, Jackie, in the central medicine community, we do our best. We do our best to get to the root of the problem before it becomes too big. And unfortunately, I waited a little bit too long. I had it for about a month. I was taking all my stuff, Jackie. Quick Defense by Gaia Herbs. If the toasters aren't on it, they got to be on it. We're talking elderberry. We're talking echinacea. This stuff gets straight into the source. It makes you feel much better. 10 pills a day, 4 days. Normally, I have you stocked with it. I have Olivia stocked with it.
I have taken it.
Everybody's stocked with it. I take turmeric every day. I know that's triggering for you because you're allergic to turmeric. But if you're not allergic to turmeric, it's a fantastic pill to take.
I don't know if I'm allergic. I just had a reaction. It caused a lot of... dermatitis was the word. It gave me like really bad itchy red skin, which I already have, so it's just worse.
That's strange. But
I'm sensitive swirly. Listen, can't go by me.
It's a great anti-inflammatory. Really great. So I took that, and then it just like wasn't working. So yeah, amoxicillin it is. But also all of those things.
You ever make an immunity juice?
So I made immunity tea, Jackie, and the problem is my immunity tea, which was just lemon, honey, and water, also turned into a shitting tea. So while up here I was cleansed, I was also cleansing my bowels simultaneously.
Sounds pargy. What's the problem?
It was a win-win, I guess. I don't know. Just like the amoxicillin hit me, the juice, the tea hit me. I was being hit from all sides. And yes, I've had immunity juice. I had your immunity juice. It was too viscous. It wasn't for me. I didn't want a Bloody Mary. I want something thinner.
Okay, thinner.
Sorry, I'm just saying. Like, it wasn't really a juice. It was more like an immunity pudding.
It's like, I mean, you do strain it. It's made by Melissa's recipe, so I'm not taking offense. And the times that I have done it.
You just had me throw her under the bus. Yeah. Now I love it.
Sideswipe. I know you work with her. I'm like, what'd you think of it?
I don't even work. Not work. Like, we're just buddies. Like, okay, it was great. Like, we should have strained it. Does she not strain it?
She does, and I did. But you need some of that pulp.
It was too much pulp. I almost choked on a ginger root.
I know you guys are collaborators.
We are. We're collaborators in the culinary community.
And how are things going in the kitchen?
They're great. I honestly was thinking yesterday, like I need to like cook a little bit more. You
haven't been cooking a lot.
I've slowed down.
It's crazy that over the summer you did a food video and cook something every single day. And now we barely hear from you. You're kind of like off the grid.
I know. I almost lost my family in that process. So like I had to like rebuild. I had to like rebuild to like a normal schedule. And like, yeah, I love it. I love it. I just sometimes, I got to get back. I got to get back to the collabs.
I feel like in this season of like March, it's hard to find inspiration. Like, what are we eating right now? It's not it's not cozy fall, cozy winter, but it's also not like spring yet. And it's hard to know what the vibe is. So blame it on the season.
And like, I also just don't always want to show what I'm making for me because it's not always interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like an easy Ezekiel bread in the toaster, little turkey, mayo, mustard, avocado, mandolin, red onion kind of guy. And how many times can I show that sandwich? You know, Jax? Like,
Yeah.
I can't show it that much or too much. So
I understand. And how are things with Alex Gornicelli?
Alex Gornicelli and I have taken a beat at the moment.
You're on pause?
We haven't communicated in the last month, but we're friends. She's the best. She is the best. What a queen.
Wait, and I have to ask you, have you watched With Love, Meghan as a cooking content connoisseur?
Yes, I did last night.
How much did you watch? What'd you watch?
I watched the episode with Mindy Kaling.
Okay, that's the best one.
Oh, well then, this is a terrible show.
You know what? We're actually talking about Mindy Kaling later in the show, so let's table the conversation for then so that we can get into everything. Now that my 20 questions are up, I think I'll let you off. Actually, I have one more question. How's Spritz?
Yes. Spritz is great. We have some really, really exciting news coming in April. Like, you know the news, and it's like mind-blowing that we've been able to do collectively what we're about to do. We'll drop it then, but like huge news coming, and it's been really great. It's been really great.
And you have an event coming up. Do you want to share with everyone?
Oh yes, you are so good at helping me plug. Yes, we have a First Spritz on Us where you can come and meet me and say Baruch Hashem, because that's what literally everybody, Jewish, non-Jewish, it's a running thing on Good Guys. Anytime I talk about anything, I say BH, BH, BH. And when I tell you, Jackie, these like non-Jewish toasters and spritzers will come up to me and say Ben BH, and that is my legacy. Okay, that and Celebrity Chef is my legacy. But we are doing a First Spritz on Us. You come, I buy you a spritz in St. Pete, which is Tampa, and we're gonna have a great time this Thursday.
St. Pete is Tampa. Thank you for clarifying that.
Yes, it is Tampa. It's by the beach. It's
gorgeous.
Pargy
out there.
Pargy out there, like near Clearwater. It is beautiful.
Near Siesta Key.
Yes, so come say hi this Thursday. I want to say it's the 14th of March.
13th? 13th is Thursday, yeah.
Okay, the 13th. Come say hi. Come say hi. It's really fun. And yeah, I guess that's really it.
Okay.
That's really it. But things are great.
Glad to hear it. Now I feel like without further ado, here are the Fast 5 stories that you need to know. And the crunch. We've let so many things go from our past on the show. Like we're really evolving and moving forward that I totally forgot about the crunch. That was the first man down.
I'll never let beat the crunch go. And I beat the crunch. Just so everybody knows, I beat it.
He did beat it, because there was no crunch to beat. Today's episode of The Toast is brought to you by Thrive Market. My life is brought to you Thrive Market. I actually placed an order last night. I didn't even know we had this ad coming up today and that I would be reading the ads, but that's just how simpatico and how much vertical integration goes on here at The Toast. Let me tell you what Thrive Market is, and I feel like so many people, friends, people DM me like, how are we making clean swaps? Like, what do we do? Where do we start? You go to thrivemarket.com because everything there is Thrive Market approved. It's made with better ingredients than things on the grocery store shelf. It's made with good, clean ingredients, and you can really trust the brands that they have because they've done all the vetting. So it is an online grocery store. I get all of my pantry items, cooking items, snacks for the kids, snacks for me, spices for my spice jar, like everything that I need to stock my kitchen, I get from Thrive Market, and I don't have to, go diving through ingredient lists because they've done that for me. And when I do get my products and I look at the ingredients, I'm like, this is so parchy. Avocado oil, coconut as sweetener. Like they just have the best products, and it has made making this swap from a toxic to a non-toxic flex lifestyle so easy. And you don't have to carry home groceries from the grocery store. You don't have to stand there in the aisle like looking for the best product. It's amazing. I stock my whole kitchen with Thrive Market, and you should get on the Thrive Market train. So if you are ready to make the switch, go to thrivemarket.com/thetoast for 30% off your first order, plus a free $60 gift. That's THRIVE market.com/thetoast, thrivemarket.com/thetoast. You will never go back. I look forward to my next order arriving. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Avara. If you've been wondering where all the parchy sweaters Claudia and I have been wearing have been from, they're from Avara. Also, my new favorite pair of jeans are from Avara. They are some of the most fashionable, affordable things that I have in my closet right now. And we are thrilled to share some spring fashion finds with you today. Avara, your new go-to for stylish, compliment-worthy women's fashion. Founded by Emily Woodward, a Dallas mom who wanted to bring accessible, high-quality fashion to women everywhere, and she did it. I wear Avara sweaters. I have so many. They're just like, they're all fun. They're great basics, but they also have a lot of personality and flair. And you'll be shocked at these prices. And the quality is amazing. The look is so great. If you're looking for on-trend, high-quality pieces that are perfect for spring, Avara is the place to go. And I feel like I cannot understate the affordability of their pieces. Like, you will be shocked. So Avara's new spring collection is now live. Head over to shopavara.com and use the code TOAST at checkout for 20% off your first purchase. Trust us, once your order arrives, you'll be hooked. That's shopavara.com. Remember the name Avara, because everyone's going to ask where you got your outfit. Yes, the name on everybody's lips these days is Avara. The name on my closet's lips is Avara these days. So check it out and enjoy. Today's episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Booking.com. Yeah. Every time I use Booking.com to find a place to stay in the US, I know they'll have exactly what I'm looking for. So Booking.com is a great way to plan a trip, to find everything that you need for your itinerary, activities, you know, what's going to be walking distance for where you're staying. I actually have a trip coming up, and I've been really thinking about all of this, especially when you're traveling with kids. You want to be somewhere that's like walking distance from the places that you're going to be in, the neighborhood that you want to be in. If you're traveling to New York, no matter who you are, Booking.com helps you find the stay that's ridiculously right for you. So make traveling so much easier with Booking.com, and you can get really excited for your trip because it shouldn't be stressful. You're going on a vacation, you're going on a trip, even a work trip. Make it fun. Be in the best place that's going to work with where you're going in a new city. You know, it can be very hard to navigate a new city, and Booking.com is there to help you do that. So find exactly what you're booking for on Booking.com.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bunjalish. And thank you to our wonderful sponsors. Now we can get into the episode. So our first story is some relationship news because Post Malone has a new lady love.
Okay. Is it you?
It is not me. Why would it be me?
I was just curious.
Oh, no, I'll put the rumors to bed. It is not me.
Okay,
but
good.
Post Malone was apparently engaged recently. And not only has he called off his engagement to his ex, but he has a new lady that he was just spotted with. So apparently Posty and his ex separated toward the end of last year, and he and his new boo, whose name is Christy Lee, have been seeing each other at least since the beginning of this year. In a recent TikTok video, they were all about the PDA. They couldn't have looked more smitten as her hand was wrapped tightly around his arm on the upper level of a bar while he was spotted by a fan below and gave a friendly wave. The couple was also spotted strolling in Rome in January, going out to dinner at the famed Mascagni Hotel. You ever been there?
Famed? No. Mascagni? How can it be famed with a name like that?
You know, I've obviously pronounced it wrong.
The famed the famed Mascagni Hotel.
Not a whole lot is known about Christy, but a quick peek at her LinkedIn reveals that she's a design student based in New York City. So she's not like a famous girl. She's just a girl working hard in the city.
Well, has Claudia told you, I'm sure she has, about our relationship with Post Malone?
Not in a long time. So we have a lot of new listeners. No, like seriously, not in a very long time. So can you share your relationship?
Yeah, so first of all, we have no relationship. Let me just say that. But we could have had we could be best friends right now. This is it was an incredibly fumbled ball on our collective parts, but we could have been besties. Think about, I don't know, Jackie, maybe it was 2014. White Iverson had just come on the scene. White Iverson, ever since I'm balling, I was young. White Iverson came on the scene. Post Malone topping the tarts. And we get a message from Post Malone's manager that he and she are swirlies. And they want us to meet Post and hang out. And if we wanted to, Post Malone was doing a private concert at Tao downtown. And if we wanted to come on a table with them and hang out, they'd love to have us. So Claudia and I were We're in our club and era. We go downtown and we're on a table. Me, Claudia, Post Malone, managers, agents. He's next to us. He's singing. He's performing. We're hanging out. Goes well. Next day, we're all chatting. It's all good. They then invited us to something else he was performing at, like some music festival.
Yeah, I remember.
We said, yes, we're going to be there. We're going to go. We went. We had a great time. And then I don't know what happened, Jackie, but the fun times just abruptly stopped.
You stopped getting the invite.
We stopped getting the invite. We don't know what happened.
Was it something you said?
It's entirely possible. I say a lot of things. I do. Especially you get a little alcohol in me and you never know what I could say. Maybe I offended him. I doubt it though. I'm a really nice guy.
Yeah, I feel like Claudia would have clocked that. She'd be like, oh, she would have had a bit about something that you said, even if it didn't offend her. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like she'd been on alert for that.
No. I don't know what it was, but
it was just a moment in time.
It was just a moment in time. Us, Post Malone, and now he has a new lover, and we wish them well. I don't know if we'll be invited to the wedding. I think that that's 50-50 due to our relationship these days, but we wish him well, and I'd send him a gift if we had his address, but we don't.
Yeah, he's not engaged. He doesn't require a gift. He's just dating a new girl. So
yeah, but you never know. Like, things move quickly, you know, especially if she's not in Hollywood, Jackie, and somebody's talking about her.
It's true. I don't know why. We talk about Post Malone all the time. He's so fabulous. He's so fantastic. He's like really the greatest right now. Like, he does everything. Like, love him. We never think about him as like an eligible bachelor. He's not even on our list of singles. Like, I'm never like, oh, he should go out with so-and-so. I don't know why. That just doesn't come to mind for me.
Me too. No, I don't sit around and think about Post Malone's potential love life.
I never think about like who he's dating, but maybe that's also because I just assume that he's someone who's just always like with a million girls. But then he's also so down to earth and, like, as Taylor said, like, so respectful and has such manners. And I feel like a man like that wouldn't, be, I don't want to use a derogatory term.
Out on the town. I understand.
So who is Post Malone?
I would have thought, honestly, that Post Malone was still with his, like, high school girlfriend and that they might have been quietly married. I didn't know that he wasn't married. I didn't know that he was single. I didn't know any of this. I feel like he had a long-term girlfriend for a... Didn't he have like a high school sweetheart? I don't know what happened, but I feel like he did.
I don't know, but he has a daughter with
Oh, okay, there you go.
With his ex that was born in 2022.
So that's why I thought that. I think
so maybe they were together for a while.
I think they were together for a while, and he seems lovely, incredibly eligible bachelor.
He does, incredibly eligible. I want to put him now on the list of eligibles, but like he does have a girlfriend. But I do think you don't come off the list until, I wonder how Claudia will feel about me tinkering with the lists when she's not here. But I do think she would approve of this.
Who's the top 5 on the list right now?
I'll read the whole list to you. You want to hear men?
Yes.
Jason Momoa, Michael B. Jordan, Trevor Noah, Shaquille O'Neal, Shawn Mendes, Bill Hader, even though he is in a relationship, he should actually come off the list. Josh Groban, Kenan Thompson, Tom Brady, Taylor Kinney, Harry Styles, Devin Booker, Jeremy Allen White, Joe Manganiello, Joe Jonas, Hugh Jackman, Elon Musk, Glenn Powell, and now Post Malone.
I love the list, except for one name, Jackie. Am I allowed to remove somebody from the list?
Okay, yeah, because you just helped me put someone on. That's the balance.
Trevor Noah? What are you, nuts?
Claudia loves talking about Trevor Noah.
I'm sure she does, and how unbelievably annoying he is when he hosts an award show. Like,
yeah, no, this isn't a list of like people that we like. It's just like people who
you have to like somebody for them to be eligible.
No, it's like people who always find themselves in celebrity relationships. We also have a list of women, and then we like to like put these people together.
Fine. If it's up to me, I remove Trevor Noah. Let me hear the women's list, and I'll see if I'll remove
Trevor Noah
anybody.
is like weirdly kind of germane to the list. He's always dating a swirly. The women: Khloe Kardashian, Asa Gonzalez. I do think she just got married. Selena Gomez. Time to take her off. Lori Harvey, Minka Kelly, Kim Kardashian, Florence Pugh, Kelsey Ballerini, Giselle. Okay, it's time to take her off. Cami Marone, Kendall Jenner, Stassi Baby, Ariana Grande, Sofia Vergara, Sophie Turner, Kristen Cavallari, Casey Musgraves, Kim Kardashian again, and Kristen Cavallari again.
Okay, so this is a horrible list. 50% are taken, 50%
This is a
are
horrible
duplicates.
list. When we go through the list, we're like, this is horrible and so uninspired. Like, I don't feel
No,
like I want to set any of these people up.
no, so uninspired. And
Like,
I don't
so
even know if
honestly
I don't know if
lame and
anybody on that
stupid.
list is anybody on that list even looking for true love? Like, I don't know.
Maybe.
That's still single. Like, for example, Selena Gomez. I don't know if you guys talk about them. Her and Benny Blanco. I love them.
You love
I
them?
Yeah, I think that this is real love. I see it and I'm like, this is real love. This is real love. I have to, like, I call it as I see it, Jackie. I call it as I see it.
You think they are OTP? I actually don't have an issue like with them choosing each other.
Yes, I like them together a lot. I do.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
That's it. That's
Okay.
it. Just sharing.
When
sharing.
Claudia comes back, maybe it's time to update the list. Just anytime like a couple breaks up, it's like when we're sad, we console ourselves by being like, oh, well, now there are two great people who can both go on the list, like Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas.
Even though, like, are they two good people for the list anymore?
Well, she's like dating her aristocrat,
I didn't even know that.
Pellegrino.
I'm just saying, if you don't cross Ben Soffer Celebrities page, like if I don't see you, then you're not that popular.
No,
you know,
but like it's not like an A-list thing. It's just more of an interesting thing. Like who we would like even when Kaya Gerber and Austin Butler broke up, then they head to the list. Who can we put Austin with next?
Interesting.
You know what I mean?
Interesting. I do. Okay.
It's
All
just
right.
a fun exercise, and it allows us not to have to grieve relationships when they end.
So you guys will be retinkering the list, and then once you have it, you can send it to me, and I'll give you my comment then. But yeah, the female list is not ready for publishing. No, we're not inking it.
Are you ready for our next story?
Please.
I'm not sure how familiar you are with this person, but it's pretty big news in the Bravo sphere because Teddi Mellencamp, do you know?
I do.
Okay, good.
Yes, I do.
She says that doctors have found 5 more tumors in her body amid her cancer battle. So Teddi Mellencamp shared an update with fans as she has been going through it the last few weeks. We hadn't really heard from her because she had found brain tumors after having had skin cancer. And she said that doctors discovered 5 more tumors in her body after they previously removed 4 from her brain last month. She said, update from my scans today. I have 3 more tumors in my brain and 2 tumors on my legs. These are all a direct result of my melanoma. So yeah, when we first reported this, we were like shocked at how someone could be going through so many of these things. Like, what are the odds? But apparently they are connected, the melanoma and the tumors. So people had explained that to us, and now she's also explaining it. Despite the news, she said that she's feeling positive about her outcome, adding that her doctors are hopeful that immunotherapy and radiation will effectively treat them. She said she's feeling positive that she'll win this battle, that she got this wig. She said, I like the short hair, just not the bald spots, and that I can remember the name of all of Angelina's kids. That's funny. She has her sense of humor still.
Oy, I'm sorry. That stinks.
Yeah.
That stinks.
Very, very scary.
Very scary. I don't have anything like great to say, but like it's 2025. Like, thank God we're so advanced, right? I have a feeling that like your chances of beating something like that have never been better.
Yeah.
Right? Like if this was a different point in time, you would be really worried. I have to think, even though I'm an Eastern man, and I'm sure there are some Eastern techniques, that the Western takes over when you have cancer.
Yeah.
And God willing, she's fine. But I believe the word is metastasized is what's happening with her, where you get it and it metastasizes, it spreads throughout. I know that because of Theo, not to compare Teddi and Theo.
Teddi, and it's the same name.
Yeah, but Theo, when he got cancer, they were like, yeah, you could remove it from his pelvis, but it's everywhere. It just starts to spread. It sounds like she caught it.
Yeah.
She's monitoring it. And there are like those, I don't know the name of them, but like there are those like full body scans that I don't want to do because I'm way too much of like a hypochondriac.
Per Nuvo or something like that.
Nuvo something. I'm way too much of a hypochondriac. I don't want to know what's going on in my body like that.
Yeah.
But
it's really like early detection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've
It
seen
sounds
that.
like she caught it early. So
Yeah. And she's hopeful and there's treatment ahead of her. And so just really praying for her, hoping for the best. How do you know Teddi Mellencamp?
It's funny. I only know Teddi Mellencamp because Michael and Lauren had her on Him and Hers and sent me a picture of the three of them saying, Teddi loves Spritz Society Pink Lemonade. Can you send her some?
Oh.
So we sent her some like a couple months ago. That's the only reason I know Teddi.
Oh, that's so funny. But you did have a Housewives era. This morning when I was talking to Ben, we were planning for the show. I was like, is there anything that you like want to talk about? I'm going to cater the stories to you, except for this one. And he was like, I want to talk about Desperate Housewives. So I feel like this would be a good time for you.
I'm just obsessed with Desperate Housewives. In terms of like Real Housewives, I'm just stuck in a different era. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you're still
stuck-
on Lisa Rinna.
Even though I did do Erin and Abe Licky are coming out with a new podcast, and I actually did their podcast last night. I'm one of their first episodes that comes out in April.
Oh,
So,
do
like,
people
I-
know
I-
that they're starting a podcast? Is that like embargoed information?
No clue, not anymore. No clue. But
There's the
all press is
announcement.
good press. Fingers crossed. Nobody told me not to say anything, so I don't know. But I'm an early guest, and so that's who I know from the new season. And besides that, I'm like stuck in like old OG New York and New Jersey, like Bethany, Sonia, Ramona, Luann.
The greats.
Like the greats. I'm stuck in the greats.
Yeah.
I don't know these new people for like actually Jersey. I know a little bit, like Margaret Joseph's
Yeah.
dear friend of ours, etc. And Joe. But yeah, Desperate Housewives. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna say it. Desperate Housewives, like Real Housewives, does not hold. Is it hold a candle? Is that
That's the phrase.
expression? To Desperate Housewives, literally the greatest fucking show ever made.
Well, they're very different. Like one is drama series scripted, and
I know,
the
but-
other is reality
Yeah, but
TV.
But they both have housewives, so that's why I'm comparing them. Like,
The Desperate Housewives was the inspiration behind Real Housewives, just like the OC was inspiration behind Laguna Beach, like where this fictional show was so popular, and they're like, let's show the real people.
that makes sense. Well,
Yeah.
the fictional Desperate Housewives, I'm sure every single toaster has seen Desperate Housewives. But if you haven't seen it within the last, I don't know, 6 years, you forgot everything. It's worth a rewatch. And it's so good. I'm obsessed.
Okay. We
That's
know. Claudia's been sharing updates with us. It is so
she
good.
has. It's so good. And like, I think Brie, it's just Brie. It's Brie all day.
Brie all day.
I'm Brie. You're Brie.
Together, we are Brie.
We're both like different sides of the coin of Brie.
Yeah.
But Brie, yeah, together we are Brie. That's funny.
Do you have a little bit of anyone else in you? Like, I think I'm a Brie Lynette.
Interesting. Okay, I think that I am a Brie. No, the rest of it is a Brie Mrs. McCluskey.
I think you're a Brie Carlos.
By the way, I'll take it. Even though he's nuts. But
Mrs.
yeah, maybe.
McCluskey.
I love Mrs. McCluskey. And rest in peace, Ida Roth. I don't know why they killed the only Jew. This old woman, they killed her. Like, they didn't have
Spoiler.
to kill her. Yeah, it's not much of a spoiler. She's like such a minor character anyways. But like, yeah, Mrs. McCluskey, she's great. Love that woman so much.
Yeah.
Just like a tough broad. She would have been in a league of their own. You ever see that movie?
Like, probably once.
Yeah. Like she was a professional softball player, Mrs. McCluskey. So like tough broad.
Yeah. They don't make them like that anymore.
No, honestly, we don't use the word broad enough. Tough broad,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else?
Are you ready for our next story?
Yes.
Because Mindy Kaling is reacting to all of the fanfare around her appearance on Meghan Markle's Netflix show. So I'm sure you've seen the clips of Mindy on With Love Meghan and that moment where Meghan and the Sussex of it all. You've seen that?
I didn't see any clips. I saw the episode.
Oh,
though.
you haven't
And
seen? I feel like I've been inundated with this one moment and like so many like think pieces about when Mindy was called her Meghan Markle and she's like, "You'd Sussex now, don't you know?"
Yeah, that was weird. We'll talk about it.
It's weird that Meghan said that.
It's just unnecessary.
Yeah, when we first talked about it, I was like, well, yeah, Sussex is their little family name. I've since learned that, no, Sussex is not their last name. Like, that's inaccurate. Like, it's not like, Yeah, it's not like Kate is like Kate Wales. It's just like when the kids go to school in the royal family, they give them that as a last name just to like make them normal. But that it's just really for school. Like it's not their family name. Their last name is Mountbatten Windsor. That is Harry's last name. I think that's what's on her kids' birth certificates, unless like
What's the last name?
Mountbatten Windsor.
Mountbatten Windsor. Okay.
Yeah.
Even if like my problem wasn't with Sussex, my problem would have also been with Mountbatten Windsor. It's just like such an unnecessary thing to correct Mindy Kaling in that setting. Like if you're doing a cooking reel with Mindy Kaling and she calls you Jackie Oshry, are you saying no, it's Jackie Weiner? Like no, that doesn't cross your mind.
Especially
for 6
when
seconds.
like her name,
unless you have such a chip on your shoulder, which is what that showed me.
Yeah, no, but her name is Meghan Markle to all of us. Like colloquially, she is Meghan Markle. On the show, then I started to notice the credits. It says like starring Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, which sounds nice, but like, what's your last name?
1,000%.
And also, it's like, one, what do you go by? Like, say, for paperwork and stuff. And also, what's your legal last name? Did you change your last name when you got married? Before this, I didn't care the answer because like royals and last names are weird. But now it's a conversation. There's so much discourse around it. I am very curious. Like, what does your driver's license say?
Yeah, what's your last name? I would love to know that too. I'm definitely curious. But yeah, what were your thoughts on the show in general?
Oh, I shared them on this show, so I don't want to bore people. I was very excited for this show because this is the kind of content that I crave right now. Like, I do really like cooking shows and just like how to enhance your life and things that will inspire me to cook, clean, not craft. I'm not a crafter, but better myself. And it just like really lacked purpose. Like each episode was so unstructured. It's not that I need structure, but I do need a point. And like she starts with the bath salts, then we're putting snacks in a bag, then we're making candles and like all of these things. It's like I want more information from her on like why she's passionate about these things. Like even the cooking, she talks about how she didn't cook much growing up and now she like loves to cook. But I just like would love to know how she learned to cook. Like when did she learn to cook? Just like more personal anecdotes. And then also the point of the show of like, if you're not an expert chef, like what are we doing? Are we trying new recipes together? Are you teaching us something? It's just, it's kind of a mess. I feel like they took on too much and they just thought that like her doing pretty things in her kitchen would be enough. And as I watch more episodes, like it's way, the first few were like light and sweet, but now in the subsequent one, she's doing the same things and just like putting like flour sprinkles on everything. It's like ridiculous at this point. And it's not really strong at the moment. What did you think?
So we like to consume the same type of content. Like I could sit and watch. Unfortunately, I watched all of them, so I can't again. But like I could watch Barefoot Contessa for 40 straight hours, to your point, because I'm learning something from somebody who I know is incredibly knowledgeable. And if I go to make that, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
My issue with Meghan's show, and I only watched the Mindy Kaling episode, so I didn't even know about the crafts and this, and I just know about the cooking. And my problem with it is if you're not an expert chef, which like, again, I'm not, but my angle, or at least the angle that I try to portray is that I try and make it funny. Like you have to make it entertaining.
No, but also there are shows like we said, Selena and Chef, where she was learning how to cook with expert chefs. And so we're all learning together. That works for me.
1,000%. I'm saying that if you're not an expert chef, you need something else. Like I'm not watching her and thinking I'm going to make that frittata that you just dumped everything bagel seasoning on. Like that's weird as hell.
I like that frittata.
No, it's just like, I just don't get it. Like I didn't understand it. And like, it felt very dry. It felt very like trying to be like Martha Stewart, but Martha is so incredibly credible. Like,
yeah. Like
you can't be Martha Stewart without the credibility of Martha Stewart. You can be Meghan Markle in your own way, to your point of, I now have this new title, Duchess of Sussex, and you know, I needed to learn how to cook. So I sort of self-taught myself. And here are my favorite
No, and
recipes
also, like, you
that I
have
want
two
to share with
kids,
you.
and you need to learn how to cook.
Or that. I have 2 kids.
And I think
I'm
that's
cooking
really
all the
what
time.
it is for her, which is something that I seriously relate to. That's exactly my same experience. And I
Yeah.
find none of it really relatable, which it should be.
Yeah, agreed.
And she's also trying to be, like, the whole aesthetic. Like, it's not like she's making things. She's in the kitchen is like trying to inspire us to do things and trying to make things relatable. So the fact that it's not is a miss. If she like, there are things about Martha Stewart that are not relatable. I just want to watch, like, an incredible person do an incredible thing.
Yeah, who is so unbelievably aspirational.
Mm-hmm.
I don't aspire for 1 minute, to be Meghan Markle or to be in that kitchen
that
and
garden.
replace her. I want Martha. I want everything that Martha has. Like, I watch an episode of anything Martha does.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want her Hamptons house. I want her garden. I want her brain around her ability to just cultivate a vibe. Like, that's one thing, at least for me, that I know is missing. I definitely know my way around the kitchen. I do wish that I knew how to throw everything together. Like, how to just, like, meticulously plan the perfect dinner would be something that I would love to know how to do. Like, Claudia always sets the table. Claudia is so good at that. She knows how to, like, bring things together. But, like, Martha does A to Z with purpose and perfection.
Yeah.
And, like, I love watching that because I love to learn that stuff.
Yeah, Megan's also seems to be very passionate about gardening. Which, like, I want to learn how to garden. Like, no one will teach me. Can she teach me? I feel like that's something that she knows how to do. There's not a lot. She's just, like, picking from her garden, but, like, what about seeds?
There are so many people better suited to teach you about how to make a garden. This is
yeah,
the
but
problem.
like, she's the one who got a TV show, so get to work, you know?
Yeah, but so she should have her gardener on to explain to us how to make a garden.
Yeah. Well, she had her beekeeper on.
Got it.
But
Okay.
I don't want bees.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So she has bees and she makes her own honey?
She makes her own honey and now she sells it too. I also think she launched the product webpage. It'll be available in a few months. But, like, I think she should have waited. I think she should have waited because it looks silly. She should have done the show, like, built up demand, like, oh, everybody wants flour, sprinkles, honey, and my preserves. Here you go. As opposed to just, like, assuming that everyone would, because it looks just so self-promotional. And of course, at the end of the day, it is, because this is a business and you want to sell things. But there's ways of making it look more organic, I think.
I did not realize that she was launching products.
She's selling these motherfucking flower sprinkles that in the first episode, I was like, oh, that's
What's
cute.
a flower sprinkle?
It's like flower petals, like really small flower petals that you sprinkle on top of the food. They are edible. They only provide like prettiness, nothing else. Like a sprinkle.
Understood.
But like you wouldn't put
Understood.
sprinkles on she made avocado toast with a fried egg and put on top flour sprinkles.
Yeah.
Not necessary.
But like you're like nobody needs to see how you make avocado toast.
Well, it was like she was starting off the show, but she was hungry, hadn't had breakfast, so she made her and her producer like just whipped up a little something, which is actually the kind of stuff I like to see, because that's like real life, just like whipping up an avocado toast with an egg and
sure,
you know.
Yeah, I just don't need that on TV.
Okay.
Personally, I don't need it. I need to watch Ina Garten show me that if you take puff pastry and roll it into a hot dog,
that's favorite.
That's what I need, Jackie.
Do you
that's
ever watch Joanna Gaines' show?
I have a little bit, but not enough.
It is what
it's
Meghan's
good?
show wants to be, and I think that was,
Yeah.
I think between that and apparently the Pamela Anderson cooking show, like that's the template. Joanna Gaines is so good.
Have you ever watched Masterclass?
No, what's that?
Do you know what that is?
Not the app.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've only seen it on the plane. Like whenever I'm on a plane,
But it's like an app.
but they have
They have it on the plane?
I guess they must show episodes as like an
that's so
ad
cool.
to download Masterclass. Yeah, so it's on the
cool.
plane, and so like I will
Masterclass
watch.
is a sponsor here.
Yes,
We love
yes.
Masterclass.
I will watch 10 episodes of an Italian chef on how to make like 10 dishes, but like it's so unbelievably interesting.
Yeah.
Because they are making things from scratch that you've never heard of, never thought of. That like you should watch those. They're so good.
Have you ever made your own tomato sauce?
I have made my own tomato sauce. I've always made it accidentally a little bit too sugary
Oh, interesting.
because like I like
I gotta send
sweet
you this
sauce.
recipe. I gotta send you this recipe. My life
Send
has
me.
changed, Ben. I can't eat Rayo's anymore. Can you imagine?
What's in it?
onions caramelized like for 20 minutes of like slow stir.
Okay.
Crushed tomatoes from the jar.
Mm-hmm.
Basil, oregano, dried. Little bit butter.
Delish. Yeah, love.
Oh
Love.
my gosh. I like Sam and Ben made it for me when they came over. They've ruined me. And then I saw another recipe for tomato sauce on Reels last night. I want to try it.
I've actually made, if you want to go back and look at it, the first reel I ever made with Miss Alex Garnaschelli was fresh pasta and fresh tomato sauce.
Fresh pasta, I think, is what's next for me.
It's not hard at all. You do need the pasta maker.
The thing
like
for the KitchenAid?
Yeah, for the KitchenAid, the attachments so that you can make it nice and thin. But it's not hard. One thing just to be aware of, it cooks like that.
Yeah.
Like it's a minute.
Yeah.
Like a minute and it's cooked. Dried pasta takes 8 to 10 minutes. Fresh pasta cooks immediately.
One day.
So don't overdo it.
I think I'm going to make a challah today.
Yum.
Yeah.
Love it.
I find making challah really hard.
I don't bake.
Like rolling out the strands. They're never the right size.
I don't bake. If I start making unhealthy things, like I'm already like on Monjaro and can't lose weight. Like
well,
if I start baking,
I once read
done.
somewhere that literally ruined me. I read this like a few months ago that was like, you can eat whatever you want if you make it yourself. Which I think is actually like a good premise. Like if you make like cookies from scratch, like you can eat them, because it's healthier, one, and I don't know, two, and like the time, all the calories you burn making them.
I was gonna say,
or like pasta and all those things. But I do think like she didn't have us in mind when the person said that.
No, she also didn't have weight loss or weight maintenance in mind. Like, yes, you can eat whatever you want as long as you make it and be a healthy person. Are you going to be a skinny person doing that?
No, but I think you will be healthy because you're eating like healthy ingredients and homemade food.
For sure.
But
you're
if
going
you're
to be
like
a fat, healthy person.
But also like if you're a person who eats a lot, like you're not going to lose weight that way.
100%. This is my current problem. I'm eating so much good stuff.
Yeah, same. That's my current problem.
But I'm just overeating.
Same.
I'm just overeating. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard.
I eat because I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy because I eat.
This is me. This is me.
That's the best quote ever.
It's me.
That's fat bastard.
I am that quote.
To quote the source.
Yeah. I didn't eat any corn. So good.
Anyways, to go back to the story, and I actually don't want to go back to talking about Meghan, but what Mindy Kaling did say about like the fact that this clip has gone so viral, she said, I had a great time. I've noticed that whenever I do something, anything related to Meghan, it becomes big news. She said, we were making sandwiches and then they'll push in on my face on TikTok and they'll be like, look at this emotion you felt. And I honestly didn't even remember it because we shot it like 9 months ago. She said, I loved my time with Meghan. I'm also like, let her promote her show. It was great and really fascinating seeing the reaction. So she's coming to her defense a bit.
I was going to say, all that I take away is that Mindy Kaling is a good friend.
Yeah, she is a good friend.
I also love Mindy Kaling. I love the Mindy Project. I thought it was very strange that all they spoke about was The Office. Like, no, Mindy Project. Like, I know Mindy Kaling was on The Office, but like, Mindy Project is in the Hall of Fame. So good.
I haven't seen it.
What? You haven't seen the Mindy Project?
No, and I just had this conversation with Claudia, so I don't want to bore people.
Okay, I'm just stunned because
I know she said I would love it.
It's great and you'd love it.
Hold
That's
on,
all.
I'll
okay,
add it to
we
my.
won't bore people.
Hold on.
We won't bore people.
I have a list of like things I want to watch in my notebook, and I will
Mindy
add
Project.
it. How does
Mindy
that
Project.
sound?
It sounds good. Yeah, Mindy Project is a good one.
Okay, are you ready for our next story?
I am.
Actually, something really funny because CW's Powerpuff Girls live action reboot footage has leaked. So CW was set to reboot Powerpuff Girls, like an adult-centric version starring Dove Cameron, Chloe Bennett, and Yana Perrault, and Donald Faison from Scrubs and Clueless. And the reboot was like canceled, and now footage from the show, which they did film and they put together a trailer for. The trailer leaked. It's hard to find because they keep taking it down from everywhere that puts it up. But Ben and I got to watch it, and it's seriously a train wreck. Bubbles is drunk. Buttercup hates gender normative costumes. And the other one is, what was the other one?
I don't remember. It was a hot mess.
It was.
So
The other one was constantly stressed.
So they canceled it. They filmed it, paid these people, and then canned it.
Yeah, it didn't get greenlit.
Wow.
That's how bad it was. And you can see from the trailer, like, it's like AI's version of, you know, what they think they should be making these days that just turned out so bad. And you know, I love Dove Cameron, Descendants for Life, and I really enjoy watching stuff that she's in. This really would have been a stain.
It's funny. I definitely would have watched it because, like, I'm a big CW guy. I don't know if you know this, but, like, I had
Afterdale, of course. We were all there.
Exactly. Riverdale. And then after Riverdale, I went in. Claudia didn't even watch this. I watched on my own the reboot of Sabrina.
Oh.
With, I forget her name. What's
Kiernan.
What's it? Yes. I
Sherpka.
loved that shit. It wasn't like a good show, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, I love that. I love that stuff. So, like, I feel like I would have given this show a chance. I'm just happy that I didn't have the chance to give it a chance because you get enough from the trailer that this would have been so bad. So bad.
So bad. Like, would have ruined Powerpuff Girls for everyone. And, like, Powerpuff Girls are for kids. And so to make an adult version of, like, a kid's thing is always just weird to me and has to really be done perfectly.
It has to be funny. Like, the only way to do that is humor. Like Bad Santa, right? Like, if you're going to take Santa Claus and make him, like, an angry drunk, it better be funny.
Yeah.
Like, humor's the only way that you get an exception to ruining something.
Yeah.
If you're ruining it seriously and, like, making Powerpuff Girls have anxiety and
alcoholism
is just nuts.
No, it's nuts. Like, seriously, one of the worst ideas I've ever heard. I'm shocked that the people who approved the idea were also smart enough to be like, you know what, this can't see the light of day.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure that the person who approved it didn't also can it. I'm sure those are two different people. And the person who approved it probably no longer works at the company.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they spent a lot of money, Jackie, between talent. Like, it wasn't
Well,
poorly
definitely
filmed.
for talent. But then, like, it was weird. I mean, it's only a trailer, but it was just like this one house. And they keep, like, filming the outside of the house.
It still felt like
Try and find the trailer. It's taken down on YouTube. We were able to find it on X, but like every post I was sending Ben, it was like still coming down. But just search Powerpuff Girls trailer and like try and watch it because it's really painful.
I'm sure that you can find it on TikTok because nothing's removed from TikTok.
Oh yeah, look on TikTok and just know that we were saved. Someone saved us. Yeah,
we were saved. It was no good. No bueno. No bueno.
So that's what's the latest. And our next story is our fifth and final story. And I have to let you know that our fifth and final story is brought to you by Hiya. So Hiya is fantastic. They are children's vitamins that children enjoy taking, which is what you're looking for because typical children's vitamins are basically candy in disguise, filled with 2 teaspoons of sugar, unhealthy chemicals, and other gummy additives that growing kids should never eat. That's why Hiya created a super-powered chewable vitamin. While many children's vitamins are filled with 5 grams of sugar, Hiya is made with 0 sugar and 0 gummy additives, yet it tastes great and is perfect for picky eaters. Yes, the kids love Hiya. The parents love Hiya. Everybody loves Hiya. It feels
no sugar. No sugar's key.
No sugar, but still the kids want to eat it, which is a feat. Hiya fills in the most common gaps in modern children's diets to provide the full body nourishment the kids need with a yummy taste that the kids love. It's formulated with the help of pediatricians and nutritional experts. It is pressed with a blend of 12 organic fruits and veggies, then supercharged with 15 essential vitamins and minerals, including vitamin D, B12, C, zinc, folate, and many others to help support immune system, energy, brain function, mood, concentration, teeth, bones, and more. Basically everything that you want your kid to get is packed into this Hiya vitamin. So we've worked out a special deal with Hiya for their best-selling children's vitamin. Receive 50% off your first order. To claim this deal, you must go to hiyahealth.com/toast. This deal is not available on their regular website. Go to hiyahealth.com/toast and get your kids the full body nourishment that they need to grow into healthy adults. Claudia always talks about how like Kayla goes wild when it's Hiya time. She loves taking her gummies and it's so funny and it's so true though. They give you stickers to decorate the bottle so the kids, it just makes it very fun for them. Something that would otherwise perhaps be a drag is not.
Yes. Yes. Before you get to the next ad, what do you think of when you hear Hiya?
Hiya.
Hi. Hiya. What movie is that from?
I have no idea.
Heavyweights.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
how they-
I don't have the script
It's how they
memorized.
greet Jerry Stiller and his wife in the camp. Hi, hiya.
That's really funny, and it's not seared into my memory. Is Josh in heavyweights?
No, it's one of the big misses of his career. The problem is he was too young.
I understand.
He was also, we actually recently spoke about this on Good Guys. Like, you guys are fucking missing out if you're not listening to Good Guys. We spoke about how, like, Mighty Ducks is also just such an unbelievable franchise. And he also just missed Mighty Ducks because he's just a little too young. But, like, the way that he was born for heavyweights and for Mighty Ducks, like, he would have been so good in those movies.
Let me ask you something. As a friend and fan of Josh, like, what project of his, like, are you most obsessed with? Is, like, most a core part of your
Like,
childhood?
he's gonna absolutely hate my answer.
He
Drake
won't
and
hear it
Josh-
because also this is in the middle of an ad break. A lot of people won't hear it.
Okay, well, yeah, he's probably skipping it. No, not high though. Okay, yeah, Drake and Josh was my favorite show of all time. Like,
Why is that a bad answer?
It's just because, like, it's not like newly acclaimed work. You
Got
know?
it,
Like,
got it.
Like
It's
he
not
was so great-
Oppenheimer.
He was so great in Oppenheimer. Drake and Josh was my favorite show ever. Like,
Do you know what's my favorite
I watched it with my
Josh?
whole family.
My favorite
Like-
Josh role is something like I only put together recently that it was him in my favorite part of this movie. You know, The Wedding Ringer?
Yes.
I love that movie. Do you know that he's
Yes.
in it? He plays like the groom who gives that really bad speech, who like rips up his speech when they go to see a sample wedding. And he gets so like panicked, he starts quoting Hitler.
I have to watch that again. I
That's
don't
our boy
remember.
Josh.
Okay, wow. No, he's so versatile. He's so good.
He does it all.
He does it all. He's so good.
Today's
good.
episode of The Toast is also brought to you by Roe. Do you want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the list price? Roe's got you. Roe's got your back. Ready to lose an average of 15% of your weight faster? Meet the latest offering through Roe. Yes, I am. Roe now offers FDA-approved weight loss vials for half the list price of auto-injector pens without applying insurance or saving cards and with results you can see faster. If you're prescribed, lose 15% of your weight on average in a year. This formula from Eli Lilly hits not one, but two hormones to curb hunger and lessen nausea. Your Roe-affiliated provider can help you understand if GLP-1s are right for you and your goals, but that's just the beginning. Roe members have support throughout the process. Plus, you can sign up online from the comfort of your own home. That means no waiting for an in-person doctor's appointment, no commute to the doctor's office, and no waiting rooms. This is a dream come true. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper. Join the over 385,000 people who have already chosen Roe to access GLP-1s. Go to roe.co/toast to see if you qualify. That's ro.co/toast. Go to roe.co/safety for boxed warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medications.
You can also go to roe.co/goodguys.
You could, but I also need to let you know that 15% weight loss is based on a study in non-diabetics with obesity or with overweight with a weight-related condition on 5 milligrams of medication and when paired with diet and exercise. It is half the list price when compared to auto-injector pens and when paying cash without applying insurance or saving cards. I gotta say, I never get to do the ads because that's Claudia's job. I love it.
I love doing ads.
I have
so
a passion for sales.
I do all the Good Guys ads, every single one of them. And
I really am passionate about it.
And I love it. And we share a lot of sponsors.
Yeah.
Booking.com, booking.yeah.
You could also use my Thrive Market link. You could.
Yes, 1,000%.
On my stories, or you could use Toast.
You can use all of them. Just use them.
Our
If you
fifth
don't
and
use them, yeah, go.
Oh,
No,
no,
I'm done.
keep-
No, I'm done extending the ad break. It's too long. Go.
Claudia, if I don't think Claudia will listen to this episode because like she knows everything that we're saying and she's sick. But if she were, she would be vomiting at how long it took to do these ads.
Yeah, we made the ad break 15 minutes. My bad.
I feel like the teacher's gone. The kids can do what they want.
Yeah, I'm
She's
sorry.
so funny.
It's my fault. My bad.
Listen, we're having fun. It's a
we are.
Friday.
We're nothing if not fun.
Let's give the sponsors a little extra something.
1,000%. But people, use your codes. Okay.
Our fifth and final story is a little Masked Singer news, which we never talk about the Masked Singer here, especially because they do a really good job of like never telling us who won or who was under those costumes. But I did see that our girl, spoiler alert, Sheena Shea was the bat. I'm so happy for Sheena that she made it onto like a really big competition reality star show like this, because we all know she really wanted to be on Dancing with the Stars. And she also does sing, so her being on The Masked Singer is really parchy for her. She was revealed to be the latest celebrity on Wednesday's episode of Fox's hit music competition series, The Masked Singer. She was unmasked as the bat during the show's Voices of Olympus Unmasking of the Gods themed night. I do not understand the show or what they do or what the fuck I'm saying. For Bat, though, no one got it right. So the judges got to guess. Robin Thicke said Bethany Frankel. Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg went with Larsa Pippen. Rita Ora thought Heidi Montag, then went with Bethany as well. Ken Jeong thought it was Lisa Rinna. Turned out it was Sheener, Marie Shea, and then she sang Espresso for the crowd.
Wow, tough song.
I didn't
Why
realize.
Didn't she sing it? Wait, why didn't she sing an original?
Why didn't she sing what?
One of her originals.
No, because this show is like people doing covers, like celebrities with pretty decent voices. Like they mask who they are. People have to try and guess who it is, and then you get eliminated like based on performance. And I'm also just gleaning based on everything I've seen. And then you reveal yourself.
You know my manifestation abilities are like through the roof, right? Like you're aware of this. Like if I like want something, like I'm gonna get it.
No, I didn't know that. What, you want to be on Masked Singer?
No, I want Claudia to be on Masked Singer.
Oh, yeah, we've said this. She would be really great.
Yeah, but like she like probably didn't manifest it. Like it's going to happen. Like I don't know why she wouldn't. Her voice is so unbelievably good.
Yeah, she'd be great.
And she would be so good.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do it. We're going to do it.
Well, those are the Fast Five stories for you. Now it is time for our Southern Charm recap. The crew, last episode in the Bahamas last night, it was just a mess. Shep and Sienna, I don't know if you know what's going on with Shep and Sienna, but basically he's like been dating this girl, or he thought he was dating this girl in the Bahamas for the last few weeks. They took a cash trip down there, at least they went to a party destination. They went to the Rosewood, I believe, in the Bahamas. And so that like she could be with them and, you know, meet everyone and blah, blah, blah. And she literally won't give him the time of day and is like breaking up with him. And it's really, really weird to watch him just not get a clue. And the fact that she stayed at the dinner after she had broken up with him when like nobody really wanted her there because she'd ruined their trip because Shep was like so upset by everything and they're all there for her. They could have gone anywhere else. And they were just like, okay, if you guys aren't even together, like why are you at the dinner table? And because she was at the dinner table, they were kind of grilling her with questions, which also wasn't fair because it's like, listen, you guys are all friends. This girl's like coming onto this show and it's just like not right. It just was uncomfortable for everyone. And thankfully she left and that was the right thing for everyone involved. But Craig and Austin made up, which was very exciting as Craig and Austin fans. They finally had a breakthrough in this fight that they have kept having where like Austin just thinks that Craig, you know, doesn't want to hang out with him and is kind of blowing him off and that he just wants to like be home in his garden. And Craig finally understood like what Austin was trying to say and where he was coming from. And so he opened up that he'd actually been struggling with addiction and like not doing the things that he used to do with Austin. Like he needed to not do those things in order to stay on the straight and narrow. And Austin had said like he felt like Craig doesn't go out because he wants to protect this like image that he's portrayed, you know, this like very clean image, and that he's trying to convince other people of this image. And Craig was like, no, that image is what I aspire to be. Like that image helps me stay in line. I'm trying to convince myself to be that person. I felt like that was a really good distinction and helped them like see each other. And like Craig was able to see what Austin had been thinking of him. And Austin was able to understand what Craig's actually been doing and how it's not coming from a place of like, I'm better than you and I'm just going to stay home and I'm boring now, but like really trying to better himself. And I'm so glad that they had that breakthrough because I think that things will be going up from here. But I think for Craig, this was obviously a big moment. And I think since he broke up with Paige, people have been alluding to the fact that like Paige helped him through a really tough time and she'd always been there for him and like I think forgave some stuff. And then coupled with this episode, you do like seem to understand. And it was sad because he talked about how like Paige was so there for him and like he's never been so connected with another person like through everything that they've been through, and like how grateful he is that she like saw him, and even when he wasn't at his best, like she saw that there was a person there, and like it just was like, oh, sucks that they're not together.
Yeah.
And Craig's your boy.
That was a wonderful recap. Honestly,
Thank you.
they're all of those guys are friends. Craig and I obviously are very close, and he's the best. But having spent a lot of time with Austin, he's also really great. And having spent a lot of time with Shep, he's also really great.
And
So
you've spent time with them, like, would you say, when's the most time you've spent with them? Like, since, because this was filmed in June. So, like, before June or after?
Both.
Oh.
So whenever I go to South Carolina.
Did you feel a difference in their friendship before this breakthrough conversation versus after? Do they seem closer now?
I think that based on what you're telling me, it seems like they're closer now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I never like noticed them not being close.
That
like,
didn't affect guy time?
No, we would play golf together and like have a good time and like, it didn't. And like, they're all great. And all that I'll say on the Craig addiction stuff, just because I want to talk about it, is he came on Good Guys like 14 months ago and basically spoke about this. And so the fact that this is like now new news that people are talking about, I know that it's in the storyline, but like we've known for a while that like hard alcohol is something that doesn't agree with Craig, which is actually why he loves Spritz Society, because it's a low alcohol wine-based product. Like you'll see he drinks beer, he drinks wine.
Yeah.
Like these lower ABV products he drinks. The higher stuff, it just doesn't agree with him.
Yeah, I think that, like Austin had said, I feel like, yes, maybe he had talked about it before, but I think the depth of how much it affected him was something that not a lot of people knew. And he talked about addiction before, even in his book. He talked about his previous Adderall addiction, which we saw play out on the show.
Yeah.
But I think just like being really honest about that, maybe he had it. Maybe he was more honest on Good Guys. Maybe Austin missed that episode.
Yeah.
And that's what happens
all I know,
when you don't listen to Good Guys.
I know, which like, I don't know what you people are doing. But it's like weird watching, like I don't watch Southern Charm because when I do, it's just weird. I can't explain it.
It's weird because he's your friend.
It's just weird because I know all of the guys.
Yeah.
Like really know them. And like to like see, not that the drama is by any means fake. It's just like, I can't relate to it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like they're just all really nice guys, at least in my experience.
Having interviewed them, I totally agree. And having had them on the show. Also, Craig also has bees. Have you met his bees?
No, I have not met Craig's bees, but like Craig, like back to Meghan Markle, like Craig really, like in terms of like gardening, in terms of beekeeping, in terms of like, I would rather learn from Craig how to do all of those Martha Stewart-esque things than Meghan.
Especially because like he's a recent student. And so I find that so relatable when someone's like, you know, they don't have this in their blood. They weren't doing this since they could talk. Like they learned recently and then they're sharing that now. I feel like that's more how I would relate to someone. It's like, oh, you learned this a year ago and you're an expert now? Like Parji, I feel inspired.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about it because it's never going to actually happen. But like I wanted to pitch a show with Craig called Straight Guys Throwing Dinner Parties, where Craig does everything as it relates to the tablescape and I do everything in the kitchen. And I don't know more than that what it is, but it's like a straight guy's version of Queer Eye. And I thought it could have been really fun.
That.
I thought it could have been really fun. And I just think that he, with Showing Down South and just everything that he's accomplished, seeing like a behind the scenes look at Craig, he works so unbelievably hard, has such a great team, and like really is just like a great businessman, entrepreneur, and is like a trusted source in the home making sector.
Yeah.
Like I would watch it. Even if I wasn't on it.
Even if they were like, okay, Ben, we like your idea, but we don't have a need for you.
Yeah, probably.
You'd still watch it.
I know. Yeah, I'd still watch it.
Even though I do think they have a need for you.
I'd be a little sour.
Yeah.
What? You're going to get cast in instead of me?
I don't think so.
No, probably not. But like, you never know.
Probably not.
Probably
okay,
not.
well, that's the Southern Charm recap. Oh my God, except next week, like seriously looks crazy because they're back in Charleston. And do you know who JT is?
I met JT at a party. I don't know. I don't.
Oh my God, you're like literally. How are you spending all this time in Charleston?
Because we have all this spritz
No,
stuff
I
to do.
know,
We
but
have
it's like that you're going to parties with JT?
No. The party was in New York at Carriage House for the season 10 opening of, or a premiere party for Southern Charm that Spritz Society sponsored. That's when I met JT. It was a quick drive-by.
Okay, also, I need to mention something that I saw this week that I wanted to mention when we talked about Southern Charm, which is Venita. So she shared that basically she had a conversation with JT before they went to the Bahamas where she was like, I'm ready to tell him how I feel about him. I'm making him Branzino. I know he feels the same way. Like, I'm ready to take this thing to the next level. They're really good friends, but they've been flirting all season. So she lays it on thick and unabashedly is like, I like you. Like, I'm ready to go. Let's go. And JT, who's literally been flirting with her and leading her on this entire time, says that he has a girlfriend. Damn, okay, she's like crestfallen and upset about this. Then they go to the Bahamas, and the whole time in the Bahamas, she's kind of like throwing herself at him, flirting with him, going up to his room when he's sad. Apparently, she like mounted him, and he had to like push her off of him. And we're like, what are you doing? Not only is that wrong because he has a girlfriend, it's just like embarrassing, and what are you doing? She posted on her Instagram that the conversation with the Branzino happened after the Bahamas. The editors did her dirty, looking like she knew that he already had a girlfriend and she's still trying to get with him. So I feel like everybody needs to know that even though, I mean, I don't know why she's like so obsessed with JT. That's a whole other story. And he's sending her these like paragraphs and it's just all weird. That conversation happened after the Bahamas. So when she went up to his room, she had no idea he had a girlfriend. And justice for Venita, because that's wrong. Next week, Leva is having coffee with JT and she says, you go to the same barber as Ryan. And the barber told Ryan that you said cut and something crazy. I don't know what he said, but it's vis-a-vis the barber. And I just have to say shout out to Ryan because I was watching last night's episode and I was like, who is Ryan in this world and why is he on the show and why is he on this trip? I thought he was Rodrigo's husband, but then everyone said that he's not. I have no idea who he is, but now I'm feeling really grateful to Ryan and I look forward to hearing what the barber said that JC said.
Yes.
And that's your Southern Charm recap.
You give a great recap.
Thank you, Bunjalish.
Really good. Concise. Not too concise. Pretty long-winded.
Well, there's just a lot to say. And also, like, the Craigie of it all.
Yeah, let me clarify. You give a great long-winded recap.
Okay, thank you. Now it's time for our Queenie and Weenie of the week.
Would you like me to go first? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, Claudia usually introduces, like, what the segment is. But I feel like most people really know, like, it's pretty self-explanatory. Queenie of the week, someone who behaved in a Queenie-like way. Weenie, someone who believed in a Weenie-like way. And will hold the title for the next 7 days. And it's not that serious. Who is your Queenie this week?
My Queenie is and will always be my wife.
Oh my God, I literally knew you were going to say that.
No, but like watching her be pregnant, like she's doing such a good job. It's so hard. You know how hard it is. But like she's doing so good. And she has so many great days. And like even when she's not having a great day, like she's willing herself to have a better day. Like she really is just the best and doing amazing things and growing a child inside of her. And that's like really, really wild. So she's my Queenie. And then my Weenie has to be me because I got my pregnant wife sick. Like that's just like not acceptable. I thought we
established that maybe you didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. So then maybe my Weenie is her friends. It's whoever got her sick.
Okay, let me. I just like.
But like I'm sick, Jackie. How is it not her? How is it not me?
That's
like,
true.
It has to be. Even though like I don't think sinus infections are contagious, but like it's either me, it's whoever got my pregnant wife sick.
That's what I wrote. That's what I wrote. Okay, I think that's really good. Usually we both like do Queenie and then we both do Weenie, but it's fine. We're switching it up. We're switching up. There's no rules on this Fridays. My Queenie of the week are the people who have brought me the most joy this week, and that's Rascal Flatts in announcing their Refueled Duets album. Like, let me just tell you, this has given me such a joie de vivre and a pep in my step, and I love Rascal Flatts, and I do hope that they give us a discount on their private concert rate because we really want to have them come out for Claudia's birthday to our house in the Hamptons.
Love.
Yeah, but now I'm seeing it's like kind of like $1 million.
Yeah, it's much.
More or less. So we've been priced out.
How much is Papa Roach?
I don't know. Can't you do a Google? Apparently you guys did this on Good Guys.
Yeah, we did. A lot of them are what you think they'd be, and a lot of them are actually much cheaper. So you just got to find, like, who's, like, a little bit down on their luck. Like, you know, but, like, still has, like, 3 great songs.
Yeah.
Like, I think unfortunately, like Gen Z took a chokehold of Teenage Dirtbag, but like Wheatus should have been cheap. And like I should have been able to get Wheatus for like 25 grand. But because Gen Z loves that song, they're probably like 500 grand. But what songs do they have besides Teenage Dirtbag, Jackie? It's just Wheatus.
You're seriously asking the wrong person. All of these questions are being asked towards the wrong person.
I thought you were a rocker. I guess I thought wrong.
Yeah, I think so. My weenie of the week. It's always so tough, isn't it? I think my weenie of the week is going to be, I don't know. I was going to go Mark Zuckerberg with the Benson Boone performance. But I don't know. He was having fun. Yeah. Doesn't that make me a weenie for clowning on someone for having fun?
A little bit.
So I'll go Oscars.
Yeah.
The whole night. Piece of shite.
Yeah, it was definitely bad. I'm sure you guys did this ad nauseum, but I'll just say one quick comment, which is you can't capitalize off of the Holocaust and be Free Palestine.
Oh, well, that's for damn sure.
You're more than welcome to, and I mean this wholeheartedly. You can be Free Palestine. I can't control you. You can do whatever you want. You can have your own opinions. You can have your own thoughts. I'll have mine, but you cannot capitalize off of the death of Jews and then be Free Palestine. Yeah. One or the other.
That feels right. Feels
one
fair.
One or the other, Guy Pierce. One or the other. One or the other. Pick and choose. Before we go, I also have one more story. We were going, right?
Yeah. That's the end of the show, so say whatever you'd like.
Okay, I want to tell you one quick story because I think that you'll laugh. Did Claudia tell you the story about my dad and airline miles?
No.
Or no? Okay. So my dad, I get a call from my dad sometime, and I know it's always going to be something random like, "Hi, can you literally order stuffed cabbage or gefilte fish for your mom on Uber Eats?" Those are the types of calls that I get. He calls me. He's like, "Your mom and I want to go to Israel in July. One of my cousins is in the Maccabee games for hockey. Go him."
Go
I
cousin.
have like a million miles on JetBlue. I'm like, "You have a million miles on JetBlue?" First of all, JetBlue doesn't fly there, so that doesn't help you. But how do you have a million miles? I'm like, can you go and check? Just go check quickly. How many miles do you have? Let's see. He logs in, Jackie. He has 19,000 miles. He's like, "Where can that take me?" I'm like, "Dad, that can get you a one-way ticket to Buffalo." So that's that.
Well, when you round up.
When you round up, you're at 20,000. And you can hear more stories like that on the Good Guys podcast. That's what we talk about. My Michigan parents.
The good guys, not the great guys.
Oh my God.
You guys.
You guys, you literally heard that we had a great theme song and you made a theme song that is so good. It is so good. Start your day off swirly, it's the toast. What I want to do, I want to make a 15-minute sitcom that starts with that because it's obviously what it is.
Yeah.
If you just put the Hannah Montana laugh track at the end of that, even though I love your line, I sound so good. But if it went from start your day off swirly, it's the toast, ha ha ha, da na 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 na, and then you walk in and all of a sudden it's just like somebody left the sprinkler on and all of my shit is ruined.
We should do that in our spare time. And you guys should collaborate with Gabby Barrett for a version of her song Good Ones, instead called Good Guys. You're one of the good guys. I love you like you should one, like you wrote the book one. You know that song?
Love it. Of course. I wonder what she costs.
You guys should have her on the pod.
I'm in. We should do it. We're
Gabby
just
Barrett
musicians.
on the Good Guys. I mean, we have music just flowing out of us.
We're such musicians.
It's so true. We can't stop the beat.
Can't stop the beat. Is that it?
You can't.
Or is that we got the beat?
We got the beat. We got the beat.
Got the beat. Yeah. Is that a commercial? Or is that a song?
It's a song.
Okay, cool.
We got
it's
the
probably also been
beat.
used.
The Go-Go's?
Yeah, maybe.
I love it.
That sounds right.
Okay, maybe we should end the show before the cards run out. So thank you so much for listening to The Toast, the greatest show on the planet, eons ahead of The Good Guys.
That's what I hear.
Love you so much, and we will see you on Mondays. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Make sure to follow Ben at Boy With No Job. Follow Spritz at Spritz, and we will see you on the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Love ya.
No, we do it. We do it on our own because.
Got it.
Because it's never going to happen.
Love ya. Bye.
Why won't we let this episode end?
I don't know.
One more? Okay.